Total revenue on December 1 was, I want to say about 13,000. This past month, we did 65,600 in total revenue.
Trey, what's going on, brother? It's great to see you.
Awesome. What's going on, man? I'm really, really excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm fired up to have you. So, if you could kind of set the stage, because when the camera flips over to you, maybe you look somewhat familiar to some people. So, if you could, 2 minute, 30,000 foot view, who you are, what you offer, and what you do in the marketplace.
Sure, definitely. In a nutshell, what I do is help basketball players stop overthinking and be quicker on court. My name's Trey Morning. I played professionally for 3 years all over the world, NBA, G League, Moscow, Russia, Nelson, New Zealand, a lot of places. And when I was going to college, I had offers to play at pretty much any single school in the country I wanted to. My final three were Georgetown, Duke, and Florida. I played with USA Basketball. That's why I have the shirt on. I'm not just buying gear. But anyways, man, like what I do now is really help basketball players and their families prepare for some of the next levels of the game and what it is that they're going to face. Because I definitely learned a whole lot throughout my journey, and my career is not even over. This is really a point in which I'm able to help players in a different way off the court, which allows me to step back on the court and make a bigger impact too.
It's incredible. Yeah,
Thanks,
that's
man.
awesome. So, kind of break down the numbers for us because you hired me at the very end of November going into December 1. So, when you hired me essentially on December 1, what was our total revenue on December 1 when you hired me?
Definitely total revenue on December 1 was, I want to say about 13,000.
Yeah, and that's in a
It
month.
was 13,000 on the nose. Cash collected was about, 10 grand. And that was in the month of December. So at the end of December, that's where we ended. Um, Man, this past month we did 65,600 in total revenue, and we collected $36,300 in total cash. So,
Yeah, how do you go from 13 to 65 in 30 days?
man, like it was really nuts. It was a bit longer than the 30 days. At the same time, like change is exponential, right? Like it's this one like one stacked on top of not just one, but like it's one on top of one, and then you just maybe stack two on top the next time and just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, and it's this snowball effect. Like just seeing the potential and the bandwidth that I have to scale now since working with you, it's pretty nuts. And I'm just super grateful, bro. I'm super grateful. Like just the numbers we're doing, like one of the biggest things for me, like you have a heart to give, and I know that, I see that, and it's really about helping people. Like money is great, and if you're a business owner watching this, yeah, it's great to get more cash. I was telling Austin like right before this call that like the peace of mind that I have stepping on calls now to be able to help people from a place of like, yo, like how can we make this work for you? Being so detached from the outcome has really led to this exponential growth and this change of collecting, 65K in a month. And like, we'll go into some more stuff, but like I could have done more too. I jumped up my prices the last 2 weeks of the last month when we did 65K to 11,000. And if I would have jumped up my prices before that, if I would have really sat down and gone through all the modules before I made this change, we'd be talking about 100K month more than likely, which, God willing, we'll do already today. Today's the first work day of the month for me and collected, 5K today so far. So it's progress.
Yeah, absolutely. So what did we do with the price? And tell them the story about kind of watching that price increase
Yeah.
module. I'd love for you to speak to that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was sitting at my desk just like this, and like when I was watching the video in the modules, I'm just sitting there, sitting back, leaning against the wall. Actually, I was like, I don't know if I want to raise my prices, and it just hit me. I was like, I'm gonna have to raise my prices. I'm gonna have to raise my prices. I started tearing up too because, in just to be fully transparent, like within sales, you're gonna go through droughts, obviously, and like we had been through a week and some change without making a sale. And I was like, God, like raising my prices after not making a sale for a week and a half, how does that make any sense whatsoever? And then lo and behold, raise my prices. The first call we hop on, $9,800 PIF, like that. And that week, I think we did 16,000. I know one week we did 30K in revenue alone within that week, Monday to Friday. So yeah, this change is real. It's a real deal.
I mean, dude, you went from 13K in a month to 30K in a week.
Yeah.
That's a 2.5x, but we're comparing a month to a week.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like, what was your price when you hired me?
Yeah. When I hired you, my price was, I want to say 5,000. We had a $5,000 price point. And then throughout the program, I jumped it up by, and this is before even watching that module, right? I jumped it up to 6,000. And then I was like, you know what? Let's go even higher than that. And we took it up another 5,000. It wasn't just like what I was talking about with the exponential growth. It's not just one on top of one on top of one. It's like one, 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 four, 10, like just growth in numbers like that. So that's what we did, man.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Like, end of November going into December, like, what was your motivation for hiring me in the first place? Like, what made you pull the trigger and jump into closesales.com?
So our marketing was pretty dialed in, thank God. At the same time, I think about it from a place of let's not wait until we have to get help. Let's get help now, right? Let's not let me not just like one thing that really made me pull the trigger is what you talked about in terms of collapsing time, right? And brother, when I tell you, I've had people reach out to me, other coaches that I know, congratulating me on my 65K month and saying, "Hey, it took me so long to get there." I'm like, "Oh shoot, like this is real. Like this isn't just this once you apply the work, like if you join Austin's program and you don't put in the work, you won't get the results, right? If you join my program and you don't put in the work, you won't get the results. It's point blank period. Like you have to put in the work. At the same time, what Austin did, he led me to water and I just drank and I'm no longer thirsty.
Now we're overflowing with abundance.
Exactly. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy too. Like you remind me of Alvin when he got on a sales call with me. He was like 0 for like 14 or 18 or something like that. And it's because he didn't even feel motivated to close the sales because his price was so low. And I was
Yeah.
like, dude, just double your price. And he's like, no, I just said I haven't closed a single sale in like weeks. And I'm like, okay, well, if you double your price, what's going to happen? You're just going to not close more sales, right? That's the worst case. You stay in the same boat. But as soon as he raised his price to what was actually in alignment with how he valued his program and the results he's gotten for his clients currently and past clients before, it felt better. And he showed up more confident. And he was like, I'm going to go to war knowing that I'm worth this number and you're going to hire me and you're going to get life changing results. Where if your price is so low, you almost just self sabotage the sale anyway because you're not even that motivated to work with these people because you know you're severely undercharging for what you're actually worth. And I think for you, we were reviewing some calls together. We did a lot of call reviews. And on one call, like they didn't want to buy, and you were just like frustrated and like just didn't even hang in the buying pocket. Like you're just like, I don't want to deal with this. And almost just checked out of the call. Where now, and that's because your price is so low. And
Yeah.
you in your head, you're like, you're stupid for not buying this. And honestly, if you're not jumping in right away, I don't even want you in the program anyway. Right. And we were just giving up on people and not serving them and getting them the help they needed. Where now that the price is in alignment for your value and what it's actually worth, you don't mind hanging in the buying pocket, handling objections, and just helping them make a decision that you know is the right one.
Yeah. I was on a call right before this, Austin, and I closed a client and I was answering questions for about 20 minutes. This was a follow-up call. I took a deposit. And by the way, don't take a deposit. Austin taught me this. Don't take a deposit without taking cash. So took a deposit, hopped on the phone with them. 20 minutes go by. I'm answering all their questions. And we get to the end. I'm like, look, like ultimately this is about answering questions. This is about helping, right? If I can help, I can help. If we feel like I'm the right coach to move forward with you in this journey, let's go ahead and do it. If not, let's not do it. And I was okay with saying no. And last week it was the last call of the day. I only work until about 7 p.m. excuse me, 8 p.m. But I had a client or a prospect asked to take a later call because they were in a different time zone. So I'm like, okay, hop on this call with them from 8 to 9. And man, when I tell you I hung in that buying pocket towards the end, I pitched the price for 11K. They're like, oh, that's a little steep. Like, we're doing this and this in our lives right now. We just made some changes here. And I'm like, okay. And I surprised myself so much so that at the end, when I spoke to this prospect and they were ready to move forward, I was just here like with my hand on my face like this, and I felt my lips start to quiver because I was gonna smile just because I realized like, yo, I can't believe I just did this right now. Took somebody from help. It's not even taking somebody, it's helping somebody realize how much they need your help, going to war for that client, and then as a result, just having a piff. And when you raise your prices, you're actually able to serve people at a higher level. And that's something that Austin's helped me realize.
Yeah, and people also take you more seriously,
Exactly.
right? Because if you're like this amazing basketball player, like you have it in your blood, right? Like your dad is an NBA legend. Like if you're so great, why is your price so low? And then
Yeah,
it's this weird incongruency where you're saying these things, but your price doesn't match what you're saying. So they start to question, huh, is he really that good? Can he really help me? And now that you're charging double when you hired me at 5, now you're at 10 if it's paid in full, that's a serious number. And people are like, oh, this guy is legit. This guy is the best. And people would rather spend more money on the right thing than less money on the wrong thing. And
exactly.
you have been the right thing all along, but your price didn't reflect you being the right thing. So it's this weird incongruency. So all those people in the past are like, oh, I can't afford it. What they were actually saying is, I don't know if you're the guy. I don't know if this program is worth it. Double your price. That's a serious number. People take it more seriously and they're like, yo, this is the guy. We got to figure out how to make this work.
Exactly. Exactly. Like I could not agree with that more. I just think in terms of raising my prices, it's brought me a whole new confidence, and um, it's going to go even higher. Like, to be quite honest, like it's going to go higher as we continue to develop this program, the connections I have, like the jerseys that I have hanging on my wall, like the people I know who are just one phone call away, like having them to be able to speak to the players and parents in my community and just give them value on a whole nother level, man. Like, this isn't just a shirt I wear. This is a community and a brotherhood that I've been a part of in terms of USA basketball, and being able to, charge the prices that accurately reflect that to other parents and players across the country and elsewhere who aspire to do great things with the game of basketball. There's nothing like it. So yeah,
So good.
yeah, man.
Yeah. The Rolodex in your phone is a little scary, especially to be charging 5K for who you are. It's like,
Exactly.
it's just massively out of alignment. And it feels
Exactly.
weird for you. It feels weird for them. Now that the price is up, everything is congruent and the sales are starting to drop.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's this, this business growth consultant who we both know of, and he talks about people suffering from "I'm just me" itis, right? And coming into Austin's program, I thought that, oh, I'm just me, right? And now leaving the program and graduating, not leaving, but graduating from this part of the program, it's really about, oh, I'm me. This is what not even you can't even pay me what I'm worth, right? I'm gonna charge a value that puts a smile on my face and allows me to continue to serve people at an extremely high level. And man, just the fact that we're able to do that and cover months of expenses within one sale, it gives me peace of mind knowing that we can continue to move forward and grow this business and serve more people, which is what it's all about.
And you also know they're going to take the program more seriously
Exactly.
because they've invested more, right? And we both know if they take your program serious, they're going to get incredible life-changing results for them and their child. So it's
Exactly.
a win-win for everybody,
Exactly.
right?
Like if people who pay the most pay attention, right? You don't want $99 problems, right? You don't. You want $9,800, problems to solve, or $11,000 problems to solve, because when you give those people the medicine, they'll actually take it and get the results. Um, and it's just, yeah, yeah, I can go on and on.
I mean, that's what's crazy about my program, right? Like, I'm the sales guy. That's how I'm branded, right?
Hmm.
Like, oh, he's going to help me with sales. But pricing, raising prices isn't really, I guess it's kind of a sales thing, but it's kind of different. It's more about like offer. And by helping you and giving you the confidence and the tools and the skill set to just simply raise your price, you make one sale, your ROI is on my whole program is done in one sale, right? So if
I,
the only thing we did together was help you raise your price, which we did a lot of other stuff together, mindset, just a lot of stuff like that. But if all we did together in our 2 months was give you the confidence and the strategies to raise the price effectively and keep closing sales, one sale, your ROI on my entire program is there. It's
yeah,
absurd.
exactly. Like I remember when I first enrolled in the program, like it was just a matter of me like, okay, like let's close another sale and give Austin this money. And I remember when you told me the price at first, I'm like, okay, bro, like let's what's the payment plan option? And you're like, dude, like just get started today, put on a payment plan, you'll make it back. You're gonna make this money back if you put in the work, right? Austin's gonna lead you to water. You're gonna put in the work, and then 11 grand or whatever his offer is at right now at the time you're watching this, like it's going to be more than worth it, right? Like I'm not concerned about Austin taking my money and going to Mexico. I'm not like I know he's going to reinvest it in, the right ways. Even if he does go to Mexico, he's going to have a hell of a time, and I'm going to make more money because because I gave him that money. So he can do whatever he wants with it. But you're going to get your results as a client. Like that's the truth.
Yeah. I mean, client success is the number one priority. So
100%.
when people spend money with me, it's never a question of like, oh, can they get results? Maybe, possibly, potentially. It's like if you just do what I do, say what I say, pick up what I'm putting down, you'll be fine. I've done it for long enough. Right.
Exactly.
So what do you kind of see next steps for you? Right. You're coming off, we're in February now, coming off January, 65K top line revenue. Like, what do you see kind of these next months looking like for you?
Yeah, 100K months, 100K plus months. Like we're gonna do, God willing, more than 100K this month. Just given how the calendar's full, and what really puts a smile on my face too is, like you said, we just don't elevate prices in this program. Like we do a whole bunch of things, and the fact that we've added so much friction to my schedule and to my booking process and setting and Calendly and all that. I know when I hop on a call with somebody, they have the money to be able to pay me. So I'm not hopping on a call with people and I'm like, oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. It's like, no, like I'm offering at, a 80% clip, right? Um, and I'm closing at, I think last month we finished like just under 50%, but that was like loads better to what we were doing before. And this month so far we're at 100% close rate. So
You
um
double your price and close at 50%.
double my price and close at 50%.
Do you remember your close rate when you hired me back in November?
My close rates when we got yeah, November's close rate was it was below 19%.
So, so November before we worked together, that whole month you close under 19%.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later, after working together, we add 5K to your price and you're closing above 50%.
Yeah, closing right around the 50% mark. Like it's real, man. This stuff is real.
Dude, that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Like that's all I care about is helping people win,
Yeah.
right? Like, and it's so sick to see those numbers because like the proof is in the pudding, right? Like it's not a feel thing. It's like these are the numbers. This is what happened. Obviously, you put in the work and you deserve it, and I give you all the credit. But it's like, and I told you before this call, I was like, I don't want to know the numbers. Like I want you to have my genuine reaction. Like I didn't realize it was that bad. Like, I mean, I don't want to put you down, but I mean, dude,
No, 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 it's real.
19%, it's
Real.
like shit, dude. It's like it's hard to eat at 19%. And I know
It is.
you're super busy, right? You're doing PT, like you're doing a lot of stuff. You can't afford to be burning 80% of your time on calls that don't close. You just don't have enough spots on the calendar to be able to survive at that rate.
Yeah.
So getting the price up and the close rate up has really been, we had to do both of those things for you because of your tight schedule. Or maybe somebody else who has like all the time in the world to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, like they don't care. They'll just take hundreds of calls with a terrible close rate and they'll still hit their revenue goals. You didn't have that luxury, right? And that's not a luxury anyway. That's misery. You were just smart enough to get the help. That way you could optimize and strategize who you put on your calendar and what you charge those people and then close them at a super high clip.
Yeah, definitely. Main thing, man, like just get help. You need help. I know my situation was unique, and um it's not time is equal to money. Like time is more valuable than money. And how we spend it and how we use it is makes a world of difference. And I just know for me, I was tired of spending my time in a way that did not produce the fruit that I was after. And um yeah, like I think about this too, Austin, that a lot of people want a difficult answer, right? A lot of people want like I want to grow my business. Okay. I want you to create an email newsletter, and then I want you to do this funnel, and then you're going to make a bunch of VSLs, and then you're going to do all these things, X, Y, Z, A, B, C. You go to Austin, you're like, I want to grow my business. It's like, okay, let's increase your sales rate.
That's it.
That's it. But
Yeah.
some people like, no, like we were talking about this before, like some people take their time to be able to take a to make a change because it's so uncomfortable because they tell themselves like as you said to me and you taught me like our brains are built to keep us safe. They're not built to necessarily help us grow, right? And um just in terms of decisions that I've made in the past and thinking like, no, I want it to be super complicated. There's no way that the solution to my problems can be as simple as just improving my close rate. But we go on the documents, like you have a bunch of documents within the program that you can download and go through. And for me, just being able to see like, huh, if I just change instead of moving all these other moving pieces around, like if I just increase my sales numbers to 50% or 60% or higher, like that solves all the problems. Everything else can stay the same, right? And the beautiful thing is you are going to improve in these other areas too, God willing. At the same time, like why not just take care of sales, make more money and help more people and give yourself some breathing room as you um take the next step, you know?
Yep. I mean, that's what I see prohibit coaches from scaling. They can get as many leads as they want, and hopefully they do. But
Yeah.
if you can't close them, number one, you don't have enough time in the day. Number two, you don't have enough energy in the day. Number three, you don't have enough mental bandwidth to get punched in the face 60, 70, 85% of the time, day in and day out for months on end before you want to just give up and quit and say, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're just going to keep getting punched in the face all the time, maybe we get punched in the face a little bit less, right? The best offense is a good defense. So it's not bad to be at a 40, 50, 60, 70% close rate. So we're still getting punched in the face. We're not probably going to close every single person all the time, but now we're getting punched in the face a lot less, right? And that's really nice, a spot to be as you're trying to scale your business. We want to hit 50, 60% of the time. And once we can massively change the way that we close prospects and the way that we charge for our program and handle objections, makes it a lot easier to scale over time.
100%. 100%. Like it's sales, getting improving on sales is about getting better with people and getting better with yourself too. And being able to, like, as I said before, I was on a call or I just sat in the sales pocket for a while or um, handling objections. I love handling objections because I know I can, because
Mm.
uh, because they're never going to bring up a point that cannot be solved.
Damn, I don't think you realize how massive what you just said is. Because when you hired me, you hated objections,
Yeah.
right? And that's because you probably felt insecure with objections because you didn't know what to say or how to handle them. But now it's like, dude, bring on the objections. I know what to
Yeah.
say and I have the confidence and the strategies to handle them. And if people are giving you objections, it's because they want to buy, they want to be sold. If they didn't want to work with you, they just say, hey, we don't like you, we don't want to work with you, and hang up the call. They're not going to sit there and give you objections if they don't want to buy and they want you to sell them. But if you don't have the confidence and the strategies to do that, then they're like, okay, it wasn't our guy. And we just leave them stuck where they're at. So lose lose for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Like one of the calls that really taught me a lot in your program You have this call breakdown that you took with a prospect, and he wanted to be sold, and at the end of the day he walked away from it. Like he was like, hey man, I'm sorry that I'm not able to move forward with it. And sometimes we just gotta, it's like, okay, like it makes me feel sad that you're still going to be in this position, because I've seen plenty of you, plenty of people like you walk down this path and they just end up stuck. Unfortunately, you're going to be another one of those people. And that's even more motivating to get better at closing, to get better at sales, to get better at objection handling and understanding, like, okay, like, do I need to do something better in discovery? Do I need to do something like you talk about? I'm a sales professional now, right? I'm not a salesperson. And it's really about doing the research on my clients, right? Doing the research on the people I'm hopping on the phones with to understand, okay, what's your situation, right? Let's really ask you all of these questions and leave no stone unturned, so that the when we get to the pitch, when we get to um, pitching the price and things of that nature, what we're going to be discussing doesn't carry weight given everything that I've already uncovered in a great discovery. Right. So that it makes a world of difference.
Yeah. Well, dude, Trey, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you, man.
Really grateful. You were a light in while you're inside the program. Like people gauge your level of intelligence based on the quality of the questions that you ask. You always had good questions, right?
Thank
And I
you.
know that the group learned a ton from, like, say you on a group call or you in Slack asking me questions, and they're like, shit, that's a really good question, right? You kind of see them perk up, they grab their pen, and you were able to facilitate so much growth and so much change inside of not just yourself, but everybody else in the program, just simply off the questions that you asked me throughout our time together. So, dude, grateful to have you on the inside of the program. Grateful for the work that we did together,
Thank
and
you.
massively looking forward to what you do here in the coming months with the program.
Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. I know for me, um, it's been extremely beneficial to just pour into people. And my advice for anybody entering the program right now, what I would tell them is like, look, you got to come in to give, right? You got to come in to give. This is not just about you taking, taking, taking. This is not a program of takers. It's a program of givers. And the more you give, the more you're going to be able to achieve. So I'm just extremely grateful for what we've been through in this past couple months, man. And sky's the limit. I look forward to what's next and what God has for us.
Hell yeah, man. Super proud of you.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.